The countdown went away. Our first song this morning is called Where Do We Come From? And it's a 4-part canon. That means we're gonna be in 4 parts. You get to be part 1, turns out, okay? Part 2's over here. You get to be part 3, and part 4, in numerical order. So we're gonna keep layering it in. So once you learn your part, you just keep your part going. Towards the end of the song, I'm gonna give you this signal, and we're all going to sing part 3 together. Right, that part goes like this. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Try it. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. That's your part after the stop sign. You ready? You get to lead in. Your part goes like this. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we? Keep that going. Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Part 4. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Please rise in body or in spirit. We have another one. One, two, three, one. This is called Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky. It's a good adventure song. Touch the earth, reach the sky, walk on shores while spirits fly. Over the ocean, over the land, our faith a quest to understand. Touch the earth, reach the sky, children ask the reasons why. In our lives the answers show, and by our love they learn and grow. Touch the earth, reach the sky, all are born, all shall die. Life's the time left in between, to follow a star, to build a dream. Touch the earth, reach the sky, hug the laughter, feel the cry. May we see where we can give, for this is what it means to live. Touch the earth, reach the sky, soar with courage ever high. Spirits joining as we fly, to touch the earth, to reach the sky. And as you find your seats, will you scoot in towards the middle? Because we're very full this morning, which is a lovely thing. So just get cozier. The heat's working, but it'll still keep you warm.
Welcome. Yes, so go ahead and scoot in so that there are seats available on the aisles. Good morning. Good morning, congregation. Good morning to you out there. I know you can't respond to me in real time on the internet, but someone will respond to you. I am Reverend Taryn Strauss. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the senior minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, this house of hope and house of belonging where you have found yourself, where we come together to transform lives through courageous action and soulful connection. And so today, we are thrilled you are joining us as we figure out how to unfreeze, how to tap into ancient wisdom that will speak to us in our moment, in our time. And I want you to know that in this house of hope, in this house of belonging, here we love beyond belief. We believe paradise on earth can only exist when we welcome and celebrate our uniqueness, our differences, yes, our diversity as a community. That's right. We work on and stand for empathy. Empathy is righteous and good here. We welcome your experience of the divine, however you name it or choose not to. We here at UUCA welcome immigrants with or without legal documentation. We welcome and cherish transgender folks. We hope that if you identify as trans, you find sanctuary and solace here. We hope you feel seen and uplifted because of who you are. Here in this house of hope, house of belonging, we welcome all complexions, all races, all cultural experiences here, and we celebrate them. We welcome all ages and stages here. We welcome your neurodiversity. We welcome your doubt, your wrestling with faith, your solid faith. We welcome all of you and call it beautiful. Now, if you are visiting or still finding your way here at UUCA, we invite you to join us for Pathfinders right after worship. Please head upstairs to room 217, where we'll explore a different topic each week. Today's session will be led by our congregational president, Barbara Begner, and last year's president, David Yamashita. Lunch and childcare are both provided for you if you join Pathfinders upstairs right after the service. And one thing that you can always count on is that there is always something fascinating going on here at UUCA. And so I'm going to tell you about the next fascinating thing. On Saturday, February 1st, please join us for the great art opening of our new show here in the Pilgrim Gallery out here. Perhaps you've seen it. The show is called Breakthrough. On February 1st from 7 to 9 p.m., that's next Saturday night, you'll meet some of the artists. You'll learn all about the show's curation and what it's doing. And we hope you'll join in that celebration of art and community. And at this time, I would love to invite Fern Delaney, 5th grader, to light our chalice this morning. So much faster, Fern. You're doing great. Keep walking. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition seekers.
The Everything Seed, written by Carol Martignaco, illustrated by Joy Troyer. Have you ever watched a seed grow? Have you ever noticed how it begins so small, so still, so quiet? like a gift waiting to be opened. And how slowly it wakes up, begins to unfold, growing into something larger and larger and larger. Then you know that whatever comes from a seed usually ends up looking very little like the seed it came from, which is also true of the very first seed. Once, long, long ago, way back before the beginning, so long ago, there was no such thing as time because there was no one there to count it. Everywhere was a huge, deep, mysterious place, like something waiting to happen. There were no stars, no sun, no moon. There was no place like Earth, not a drop of water, and no living beings anywhere. But in that deep waiting space was hidden the tiniest point of something, no bigger than a seed. It was not a flower seed, nor a seed of corn, and yet all things were included in that seed. You might call it an everything seed, because that is what it became. No one knows where that first seed came from, or how it was planted, or how it knew how long to wait for just the right moment to sprout. But all at once, this tiny seed, cradled and nourished in the rich soil of space, all at once it woke up, broke open, and began to unfold, unfolding and blossoming forth into an enormous, blazing ball of bright light. And the universe was born. Out fluttered the galaxies like a storm of snowflakes, swirling and gathering into the brightest, most blindingly beautiful clouds of stars. And out of those star clouds whirled our own star, the one we call the sun. And out swirled our earth and our moon, and all the round, spinning planets we've learned how to name. And this is the secret of that tiny seed. You and I were there at the very beginning. We were there with all the stars and planets, all the rocks and oceans, plants and animals and people. Everything that is now, ever was, or ever will be, was hidden inside that first tiny seed. So whenever you hold a seed in your hand and wonder what it could become, imagine how you and all that is here once came from the tiniest speck of an everything seed before it sprouted and grew long ago in the beginning of time. Now, if this were an ordinary story, it would end right here. But this story of the universe keeps on unfolding. What once began in a blazing blossom of light continues every day New stars sprout open in the deep soil of space. New plants and animals appear on the earth. Seeds of many kinds are scattered everywhere to help us remember. And new people are born every day with a spark of that first light still alive and burning deep inside, waiting, like the everything seed, to shine in ways that are yet to be known.
But I don't. Some look for trouble while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh. Oh. You're not a voice. You're just a ringing in my ear, and if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Into the unknown, into the unknown. What do you want? 'Cause you've been keeping me awake. Are you here to distract me so I make a big mistake? Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me, who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be? Every day's a little harder as I feel my power grow. Don't you know there's part of me that longs to go into the unknown? Into the unknown, into the unknown. Oh, are you out there? Do you know me? Can you hear me? Can you show me? Whoa, whoa.
Please join us for this morning's movement prayer. We invite you to rise as you are willing and able. First, we bow to honor the spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present. Honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. At this time, we would like to invite our children, 3rd grade and under, to exit and join preschool or their creative workshop for the morning. Please note the location for these is just down the hall on the 1st floor. As our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you have not met.
Torah portion, week 14, Exodus 5, Viera, meaning I appeared. Moses and Aaron went and said to Pharaoh, "Thus says Yahweh, the God of Israel, let my people go that they may celebrate a festival for me in the wilderness." But Pharaoh said, "Who is Yahweh, that I should heed him and let Israel go? I did not know Yahweh, nor will I let Israel go." The people answered, "The God of the Hebrews has become manifest to us." let us go a distance of 3 days into the wilderness to sacrifice and to pray to our God, lest God strike us with pestilence or sword. But the king of Egypt said to them, Moses and Aaron, why do you distract the people from their tasks? Get you to your labors. And Pharaoh continued, the people of the land are already so numerous, and you would have them cease from their labors. That same day, Pharaoh charged the taskmasters and overseers of the people, saying, you shall no longer provide the people with straw for making bricks as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. But impose upon them the same quota of bricks as they had been making heretofore. Do not reduce it, for they are shirkers. And that is why they whine, let us go and sacrifice to our God. Let heavier work be laid upon those involved. Let them keep at it and not pay attention to deceitful promises. So the taskmasters and overseers went out and said to the people, thus says Pharaoh, I will not give you any straw. You must go and get the straw yourselves wherever you can find it. But there shall be no decrease whatsoever in your work. Then the people scattered throughout the land of Egypt to gather stubble for straw. And the taskmasters pressed them, saying, you must complete the same work assignment each day as when you had straw. And the overseers of the Israelites, whom Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten. Why, they were asked, did you not complete the prescribed amount of bricks either yesterday or today, as you did before? Now the overseers of the Israelites found themselves in trouble because of the order, you must not reduce your daily quantity of bricks. As they left Pharaoh's presence, they came upon Moses and Aaron, standing in their path. And they said to them, may God look upon you and punish you for making us loathsome to Pharaoh and his courtiers, putting a sword in their hands to slay us. This is the word for the people.
Let us put hands on hearts. Feel our heartbeat. Connection to life. Breathe in peace. Breathe out love. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal our world. Tomorrow is Holocaust Remembrance Day. And on that day, and every day, we remember what can happen when fascism rises to take over a people. We remember degradation to genocide. We remember those who were lost in Holocaust and their ancestors who survived, who lived to tell their stories. We send our love outward to Jewish people and to all who live under oppression, Palestinian people as well, and all who are threatened by oppressive forces. There is someone on your heart today, someone in need of love today, someone who is struggling, who is scared, who is lonely or grieving. In this moment, write their name onto the live chat or speak their name out loud into this sacred cloud of witnesses now. Isabel. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find more ways to be more loving. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, those times we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer and receive grace. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. Now, let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace. Exhale love. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Voice still and small, deep inside all, I hear you call, singing. In storm and rain, sorrow and pain, still we
Good morning. You cannot view Picasso's Guernica, hear Billie Holiday's rendition of Strange Fruit, experience Tony Kushner's Angels in America, or read Amanda Gorman's inauguration poem, The Hill We Climb, and not be changed forever by the experience. Art has the power to transform. It is unsurprising that UUCA utilizes art to transform lives. UUCA established its art gallery in 1967 on Cliff Valley Way, a bequest from the estate of Bill and Lucia Pilgrim allowed us to move our gallery to our current church home. That was in 2022. In both its current and previous incarnations, UUCA's art gallery has been continuously open for nearly 6 decades, making it the oldest art gallery in Atlanta. The Pilgrim bequest also allowed us to make the gallery fully accessible to both artists and patrons with physical disabilities, a tangible demonstration of our belief in putting love into action. I ask you now to put your love into action by giving generously to UUCA's Growth Initiatives Fund, with whom we are sharing the plate this month. Growth Initiatives funds experimental programs that reach out to communities that are new to UUism. Growth Initiatives supports the Pilgrim Gallery and our innovative curator, Courtney Brooks. The art Courtney brings into our community complements and enhances our worship themes, giving us a new way to experience the transformative power of UUism. Courtney's curated shows also bring new people to this community, some of whom will experience UUism for the very first time. They come for the art, but they stay for the love. So again, I ask you to put your love into action by giving generously to support the arts at UUCA. This morning's offering will now be given and very, very gratefully received.
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. And I'm one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. My power flurries through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. Let it go, and I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, let it go. That perfect girl is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
Can we join in the dedication of the offering words up on the screen? To the work of this congregation, thanks, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community. We dedicate our lives, and these are offerings.
Let It Go from Disney's Frozen's hitting differently today. Yeah, this is one of those weeks, friends. This is one of those weeks where we are going to need to go with the ancient wisdom. When the cruelty of our leaders takes on biblical proportions, you see, we will need to go to that same source to seek answers for how to get a people through repression and abuse of power. Now, this is not the timeline I was hoping for, but this is the one we must live through together. And so we will. We will return each week here for some kind of map showing us how we're going to get through together. All right? Now, we may be spending a little more time going back a couple of thousand years to read that old guidebook for how a people seeking freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and freedom from slavery made their way out of empire and into the wilderness of a new land where all who sought shelter were cared for. In last week's Torah portion, we encountered the danger of a hardened heart. The slaves of Egypt the enslaved people of Egypt wanted to go into the wilderness to honor their God, Yahweh. And Moses and Aaron told them, well, they should go ahead and ask Pharaoh for some time off for religious observance. This was the request of let my people go. It wasn't even a request for perpetual freedom, but just freedom for a couple of days off for religious observance. Pharaoh didn't take it very well. Instead, Pharaoh in return gives them an impossible task and orders their material to be removed, and then demands that the quota for these bricks that they're making stay the same. So now the quota for brick making remains the same, but the materials to make the bricks are gone or diminished. The punishment for not meeting their quota, by the way, was torture or death. And who were the people upset with? Not Pharaoh, no, but Moses and Aaron. Did you catch that? Why did you tell us to speak to Pharaoh and ask for mercy? Now we are doubly punished. We may not even survive the punishment, and it's your fault. Now Pharaoh has them all right where he wants them. They are fighting about tactics, blaming each other about the consequences of asking for mercy, second-guessing themselves, and what they are doing is hardening their own hearts to one another's guidance, or freezing their hearts, if you will. Now, I have seen this dynamic play out over my various communities all week long. I don't know about you. Where folks have been arguing, sometimes with malice and name-calling, about how to best resist the onslaught of rollbacks and the dismantling of rights we have already experienced in just 5 days, 6 days since January 20th. According to my friend Rabbi Josh Lesser, this Torah portion is about the dangers of a hardened heart and how everyone suffers when Pharaoh's heart hardens. We are quick to notice the lack of mercy in others, but rarely in ourselves. For the social change we wish to see, Rabbi Lesser says, I believe we have to embody what we hope to see from others. If we ask people to recognize that we are created in the divine image, if we are all holy beings, sacred and worthy, we must commit to seeing that in them. We must be merciful when we wish those in power to be merciful. And while we should not put ourselves in harm's way, we lose further if we allow our cherished human values to erode. This, he says, is spiritual warrior practice. And what did I tell you all a few months ago? That we are going to need to become spiritual warriors in this era. The question is not, what is the very real Pharaoh in our very real story going to do next? No. The question is, what are you going to do next? The question is not, what is he going to do with his power, but what are you going to do with yours? Who will you be for this next era of what will surely be more fascist policies and the erasure of important history? It will surely look like job losses for those who have worked for the common good. It already has looked that way. It will look like punishment of political rivals and the war of ideas becoming, well, more warlike. Friends, hear this. It will be worse than you can reasonably imagine. We're together, we're safe, we can hear that right now. But do hear it. Prepare your heart to be devastated, but never hardened. Prepare your heart to be afraid, but never hardened, my friends. If we are going to be subjected to the shock and awe of his first 100 days, that will feel like 100 days of terror for non-documented immigrants and their children, for transgender folks, for those who offer sanctuary, for those who prosecuted January 6th criminals, for those who speak the gospel truth in their own pulpits, then we must get clear about who we are going to be. We will be spiritual warriors. We will be love warriors. Are you with me? Yes. And that means we will have to thaw out from our frozen response, not simply waiting frozen for the next shoe to drop, not sharing and repeating the words and images of the ones dealing in death, dealing in greed, dealing in destruction. You hear me? Don't reshare. Don't reshare it. I don't want to see that picture anymore. But it all matters, my friends. Everything you do matters. You do have so much power. You want to stop shopping at Target today? Do it. And know that it is not everything, but it is something. In an oligarchy, the power of the consumer can do real damage to the profit margins of the CEOs who are now taking up a seat in the West Wing. There may be a more organized boycott of the major companies who are now today rolling back their DEI policies. If you were to truly join such a boycott, I know it, the effects on your own life would be tremendous. It is an interesting question to imagine, though. I mean, what would your life be like in America without Target, Amazon, or Walmart?
Great.
What would it be like?
Great.
It's difficult to imagine. Would our buy nothing groups become more organized and more abundant as we create small neighborhood-based networks of sharing economies? If you're not in a buy nothing group, it's time to join the buy nothing group. I know, it's on Facebook usually. But you can do some things to decrease the profit margin for the people who own that platform too. And maybe we should hold like a class about that. Would we shop more locally? Would we just buy less? And it wouldn't be the only solution, and it would not be the perfect solution either. But if you are looking for one little place to take some power back, it could be one solution. Are you done with the Bezos-owned Washington Post? Are you searching for news sources that will be the voice of the resistance? Well, get ready for this surprise. It's time to subscribe to Teen Vogue. It was not on my bingo card either. But this is how I know the kids are all right. Teen Vogue has published arguably the best action plan for how to organize an ICE watch program in your neighborhood. That's right, I'm talking about Teen Vogue. The new neighborhood watches will be watching for ICE raids now, and Teen Vogue will be the ones who tell us how to do it. I'm not kidding. Do you want to start organizing a teach-in on what to do if ICE comes to your neighborhood, your church, or your community? Well, you can do that right here at UCA. We'll do that. Do you want to host a gathering where folks listen to the voices of a prophet from history or from today and then meditate together? Maybe that's what you need. Well, you can do that here at UCA. I mean, it doesn't already exist. You have to make it happen. Do you want to house transgender folks who are in need of safety right now? Well, you can do that. See, a diversity of injustices will require a diversity of tactics, and they are all, each of them, worthy actions. Now, we could harden our hearts towards each other. We could easily stay frozen as a trauma response to the shock and awe of these first 100 days. We could easily accuse each other of not doing enough, not doing the right thing or the perfect thing. Or we can plan our own 100 days of care and awe. In the shadow of our Pharaoh's hardened heart, we can be extra soft, caring to each other. And I'm talking about on the internet and in real life, both. We can express our wonderment at each other's gifts. I mean, wow, awe. Wow, wow. And we can notice each other doing something beautifully. Not perfect, but beautifully. Or we can notice each other going the extra mile for one another. Last Monday, 100 people gathered in the social hall to make snack packs and hygiene kits for unhoused people in Atlanta. Now, we pulled that event together in just a couple of days. When I arrived, I was thrilled to see Derek and Dana had already set out snacks and good coffee. We sang, we prayed, we learned about the issues of food insecurity, and we expanded our empathy. Empathy, the path to righteousness, never a sin. You heard it twice here. We got to work, and when an unhoused person joined us, we helped not only that systemic issue out there, but we addressed the person standing right in front of us. We made sure he got some winter clothing, food, and we brought him to a safe and warm place for the night. Now, the kids who were there, some of your kids, watched how we welcomed the unhoused gentleman, and some of them commented on the fact that we were helping people we could see and those we could not see. And that's important, to do both, to help those we can see and those we cannot see. One of our deepest values as Unitarian Universalists is to put love at the center of all we do and all we are. Now, when the quality of shock and awe is great, the quality of our care and awe must be greater. When the sense of terror and loss is through the roof, then our joy and our celebration of diversity, of queerness, of queer radical love must be higher still. See, sometimes I wonder if that's what Michelle Obama meant by when they go low, we go high. It wasn't necessarily about virtue or righteousness. It was more about however deep down it's gonna go, we're gonna have to bring that much more joy, that much more love, that much more celebration of life, gratitude for the day we are given. When the injustices pile up around us, well, then our love for each other must go even higher than that. Amen? Amen. And we will use our voices. We will use our voices, though they may shake a little bit, like the voice of Right Reverend Marianne Buddy, to call for justice and mercy. To speak truth to power, though they may shake. We will use our consumer power to make choices we can live with and choices that reflect our values. We will use our energy and our time to address the systems of degradation, and we will encounter the individual with dignity and care, those unseen and seen. This is our time to live like we are Unitarian Universalists and to mean it. This is our time to embody our values, to unleash our power, to unfreeze our trauma response, to stay connected always to each other. And if we can do that in our time of thawing out, then we can lift one another up in the work and the joy, then I know that someday we shall overcome.
Please rise in body or in spirit.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue gold home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the light of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home.
As the psalmist wrote, weeping may stay for the night, but joy comes in the morning. And so the joy must be bigger, greater than the fear, greater than the laments. The joy must be big enough, the love must be big enough to carry us through until we return to this place, to bring it to one another again and again, connecting with our power, shining out in ways that are yet to be known.
I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on. Read the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Go in peace, everybody. See you next week.